up, I can't sleep tonight. I'm too busy trying to figure out how to make tomorrow right. It's too soon to celebrate.
I'm back with another story time. I'm back with another story time. Okay, let's just get into the story because I don't know if the story is going to be long, short. I'm going to give you a rundown like before, after, and the main point of this story. And this, I'm just going to say this now. I do not mean to offend the person in this. No names are going to be mentioned, but I just don't mean to offend nobody. This is not to be like, oh, do this, do that. This video is just for me to I just felt like telling the story so that if there's anybody else out there that's going through what I went through, then I'm here to give you some type of advice. You know, basically, you don't have to do what I did or whatever the case may be and stuff like that. So okay, so the story time is going to be the time I got cheated on and I decided that I was going to take it amongst myself to be petty as fuck. Because if you don't know me, that's the type of individual that I am. I'm petty. Like, I've always been petty. And I think that that's just me and that's not going to change, you know? So maybe it has changed a little, but maybe when I get older and more mature, then I won't be so petty. But I think that now me being petty slowed down, kind of, sort of, yeah, because I don't really do nothing, so my petty slowed down. Alright, so let's get to the story. So we're gonna get into the story. So this guy that I was going out with, whatever the case may be, we met in our workplace or whatever. It was like awkward or whatever, but we met in our workplace or whatever the case may be, and we was cool or whatever the case may be. We was cool. We had good vibes. We had good conversations and stuff like that. We had good communication. So that's what made us like started talking or whatever the case may be. So me and him start talking or whatever, and me being me, before I start talking to people, whatever the case may be, I do a little investigation on you before I get to know you, you know? So what, CSI in this, I'm nosy as fuck. So I'm gonna find anything I can. At least the minimum is where you live and your full name. That's the most at least I need to know about you. But if it's other stuff that I can find about you, then I'm digging. Because that's just me. I don't know if that's like the evil side of me, because I'm a Gemini, or the nosy side of me, or whatever the case may be, but that's just me. So I decided to be nosy, and I decided to, you know, go on this website or whatever, or like try to search for this guy, whatever the case may be. So I typed in his first name, and then for some reason I was trying to get people to tell me his last name, but like apparently nobody knew his last name, but I found it out. I found out his last name, whatever, and so that's all I needed. It was his first and his last name, whatever. I found out his first, his middle, and his last name online. So me being nosy, I found that out, and I found out where he lived. So this is my test when I want to date a guy. Like, I Google you and shit like that. Like, I'm nosy, and that's just me being my criminal intent type of shit. So, and no, I'm not crazy because I feel like I need to know shit about people before they tell me, but that's just me. So before I just, my intentions was like wanting to know where you live at and wanting to know like your name, so that, you know, I could throw people off a little bit. This is my thing. I do that so that when I write you, I wrote him his first, middle, and last name. Now, mind you, how am I getting his first, middle, and last name without him telling me that, right? So I guess he figured, oh, people, the job, somebody at work, or the papers told me his name, but that's not the case. Like, I googled you, but even if your name was there, your first and your last name would be there. It wouldn't be the paper, but like we had zones where we worked at, but your first name was on the zone only. So I was trying to figure out why he didn't peep that, but he didn't get that, and I do that so that I can know guys' intelligence level, because if you ever above intelligence, if you have like, if you catch on to shit real fast, then I don't do certain shit like that, you know? Like, I don't keep digging for shit. And automatically, by that, I could tell the type of individual you are, or whatever the case may be. So, boom. He didn't peep that. So, it's like, how you don't peep that? And then, I believe one day, I told him his address, and he was like, how you know my address? Like, that's what I do. So, I do that to test guys, to see if they catch on. Because if you don't catch on quickly, then I know, like, my ins and outs into certain things, you know? So, there's that, whatever. That's out the way. Now, mind you, you gotta keep that in mind for, like, guys. Like, I'm not saying that you have to do that when it comes to guys, but, like, that's just my process and how I do shit. But fast forward, we together, we talking, we chit chat, and whatever the case may be. Now, one red flag that I caught from him and another girl was his ex-girlfriend, his annoying ass ex-girlfriend. So we fall asleep. He spent the nights, whatever. We realize we late for work, whatever the case may be. So this is when I found out that she was gonna be a damn problem. Like, so we was asleep. We realized that we was late for work. So I don't know if we had the same schedule that day, or if we had off, like our schedule was like a little off from each other. But sometimes we had the same schedule, sometimes we didn't. Sometimes we had like a little minutes before, a little minutes after each other, whatever. So we took an Uber to work, whatever. And I remember us being in the Uber driver, and I had his phone, and she wrote him. And that, I knew that was going to be a problem, because she was, I don't remember what she said, but it was along the lines of something about him being in my room or him being in my bed, something like that. I don't know. But she was basically just being fucking nosy, you know. And I don't know nothing about the girl, never asked about the girl, didn't care about the girl. No type shit like that. So, there's that. So, I didn't really care, but I was like, why is she being so nosy? Tell her mind her damn business, like, type shit. Like, because that's the type of person I am. Why are you so concerned about why he in my house, or what he doing there, or this, that, and the third? Like, mind your business. You don't need to know nothing about me, nothing about why he here, nothing about nothing. Mind your business, you know? There's that. So then after that, I didn't think, it was nothing. It was what it is, dropped it, whatever. So then we at work, whatever working, you know. And then like a day or two later, we at work, and one of my friends at work come up to me, and she's like, oh, let me tell you the tea, whatever the case may be. Guess what I found out about such and such ex, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, who? He was like, I know who know her, this, that, and the third. And she was just giving me all the tea about her, whatever the case may be. So I guess the girl went to school with one of the girls that we worked with or whatever. So she was telling me about his ex-girlfriend or whatever the case may be. She was like, oh, this bitch is ugly, this, that, and the third type shit, you know? So my friend, being my friend, like, oh, she worked downstairs. And I'm just like, what? And it was like, she worked downstairs. And I'm just like, really? She worked downstairs? And it was like, yeah, let's go press her. And I'm just like, is it that deep? Pressing her about what? What is it to press her about? Because I don't know this girl. Me and him is just like beginning in a relationship. Like, we not even that deep in. So I don't even know if it's that deep for me to be going downstairs pressing anybody because honestly, she posed no threat to me. Like, she posed no threat to me. Like, she never showed her face. She never really came around. So I honestly don't give a fuck like about this girl. Like, to be 100% honest with you, like I don't care about this girl. So to go downstairs and press her is like what? Like I'm not insecure. She don't pose no threat to me. Like she's irrelevant, so she's gonna stay irrelevant as fuck to me as possible, you know? So I dropped the situation, I let it go. I asked him about it, whatever. He was like, no, we don't talk, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, alright, whatever. I dropped the situation, right? Only thing I knew about her is from what she told me about her, and I don't even think he was telling me about her. I don't think he ever was mentioning her in the beginning of the relationship. He didn't mention her because I didn't really care, to be honest. But needless to say, I knew she's gonna be a problem because somebody always brought her ass up some way, some shape, somehow. So I decided she probably gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna need to do to him what I did to her. I'm gonna Google that bitch because at the end of the day, I need info. Like I need to know. So one day, I think I asked him like, what's her name or whatever the case may be. I believe I asked him this, and his dumb ass gonna give me her name. Like, if you know my thought process, like, you know that I Googled you, you know that I know your address, and I'm asking this poor child name, and you know I don't like the girl, and you're gonna give me her name? That was dumb. So if anything was to happen to this girl, you're to blame because it's like, you just gave me her name. That's all I need is her name to actually do some research on this girl. So I got her name and I Googled her and I got her address. I got her college address and I got the address. I knew the college she stayed at and I knew the address she stayed at in New York as well too. So there's that. So she don't got nothing really on me at this point. So I'm just like, it is what it is. I got her address. So if anything, I got her address. And there's that. Now, I'm petty as fuck, you know? So my thought process was like, oh, I should send her a letter in the mail, do some crazy shit, you know? But I was like, nah, that's too petty. But the old me probably would have just pulled up to her house, you know? But she didn't do nothing to me, so I wasn't that pressed about the situation or whatever. So let's fast forward. And he had asked me, oh, he was talking about his resume or something like that and how he needed his resume to be fixed, this, that, and the third. He needed his resume to be fixed, and I guess he wanted her to help or whatever the case may be. And so he was asking me, oh, do you feel some type of way if she helped me, da da da. I was like, no, I don't give a fuck if she helped you or not. Like, to be honest, like, honestly, I didn't care. It didn't really mean much, so I was like, alright, I don't care, whatever. But the thing is, I know a lot about resumes and all this extra stuff, whatever. You're the first person to ask. Why you didn't ask me? That's my thought. Like, why you had to go straight to her? Like, you don't know nobody else who know how to do resumes, this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. Like, you just go straight to her. So, there was that. I didn't care about it. So, from then on, you know, he was different, or whatever the case may be. He was different. So I was like, off the back, I already knew, like, I'm not done. You don't want to come see me, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, alright, I'm over it, whatever. So I just knew she was going to be a problem, so whatever. I guess he did what he did, whatever. But he didn't say he did what he did. But I already knew by the way he was acting. Niggas is dumb. Like, you're not about to sit there and have one up on me thinking that I'm dumb because I'm clear, I plan shit out ahead of time, especially when I know somebody's gonna be a problem. I plan shit out, like, So they whatever, and then I seen him one day or whatever the case may be, whatever, and I went to his house. We chilling, whatever, talking, laughing, giggling, whatever. And I guess he's having some argument with his sister, whatever, and she calls him a cheater, blah blah blah. But he didn't address the situation. Like at first, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. They arguing, let them be sibling rivalry, whatever. But I wasn't paying it no attention. But I realized what I was feeling, and the fact that she low key confirmed it was like, I was surprised he didn't address it. Like he just laid it like nonchalant, like he didn't give a fuck. So it was like, okay, whatever. It was that moment where do you say something or do you not say something, like, because it's like, are you really going to sit there and believe her type of situation, or like, am I going to go with my gut feeling type of situation and just ask the question and see what he say? But I wasn't about to press him about the fact that he was doing what he was doing, I probably would I had asked him once or I had asked him twice, but if you're going to say no, then I'm not going to ask you again. I'm not going to press you about the situation because you do what you want to do at the end of the day, We wasn't that deep in, I don't think. So there is that. So I was just waiting for him at this point to confess, So I was gonna keep the relationship going because, like, clearly you dating for a reason, right? You here for a reason. You ain't say nothing for a reason, So we chilling, whatever. We in a relationship, macking like we do, chilling like we do, whatever the case may be. And he goes on a trip to Miami with his best friend, whatever. I'm like, oh, have your fun, do your thing, whatever. So he goes to Miami, whatever. We had a little argument while he was in Miami. It was about him having to have a what was it? I don't know. Him having to sleep in the same bed as one of his friends or whatever. One of his best friends, whatever. So I guess it was mad girls in the trip. It wasn't that many boys. I guess he was the only boy in the trip, or whatever the case may be. There's that. So I was like, oh, okay, some more shit, because I had seen message on her too, but I wasn't really pressed. That same day I found messages on the other girl. Wait, am I speeding too fast? Yeah, I'm fast forwarding it. But did I say this part already? I don't remember that I said this part already, but we had got I think I said that we had got drunk, whatever, and came home. I found the message in his phone from his ex or whatever the case may be. And at the same time, I found the message from his best friend too that I didn't like, but it was from like a while ago. But still, just knowing that message said what it said or whatever. But I wasn't pressed about either of the situations. I think I mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but if I didn't, then yeah. I found messages. I asked him about it. I left it alone after that. And then, what happened? Oh, after he came home from Miami, we was cool, whatever. I seen him like 2-3 days later, I guess. And we was chilling, whatever, having a conversation. He was telling me about his trip and, what he did and stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, that's lit. I want to go to Miami. This and the third. So boom. I said something and it pissed him off. I don't know what I said, but he was highly upset. Never seen him get that upset before. I was like over his attitude because I'm like, you haven't seen me in mad long. Why you acting mad different? Like, get your life together, type situation. So there was that. And he was so pissed that he kicked me out of his house, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, why are you so pressed about me? I don't know what the fuck I even did. So I was mad, upset, like, what did I do? Why he kicked me out? So I was pissed. I was crying. I walked to the train station. And then I walked my ass back because I just spent money to come see you. and you're not about to play me like that. Like, I didn't do nothing that was that deep that you had to kick me out your house. Like, I don't think it was that deep. So then, boom, he put me in the Uber, and then I get home or whatever, and he's like, oh, I don't want to be with you no more, this, that, and the third. So I'm just like, what? Like, oh, it's something I said, like, it was something I said, like, and he's still not telling me what I said, blah, 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 all this other shit. So, he proceeded to tell me, oh, that's why I cheated on you, this, that, and the third, that's this, that. He was talking all this crazy shit, he didn't give a fuck about me, all this other shit, you know? Type situations. Like, he was pissed, so he was just like, oh, you whack, you corny, blah, blah, blah. He was saying all this shit, you know? And he was just trying to throw in the face that he cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. He was like, and what, I cheated on you, like, that's basically what he said, you know? There's nothing I can do, I can't take it back. So, me being make petty, I was like, what can I do to hurt his feelings, you know? Because that's just my logic. That's how I think. I don't know. My first thing is not to cry, not to be upset. I believe I cried, but I don't think it was that deep. I don't think it was that deep that I cried. Was it? I don't think I was crying. But I decided to tell him. I probably cried a little bit. But I don't remember if I cried or not. I think I cried a little bit, but me being petty, the first thing that comes to mind, like, what can I do? This is my thing. What can I do this? What can I do to make him feel like shit? And that's just that. Like, I'm gonna make you feel like shit just how you make me feel like shit. And that's just my logic behind shit. To make you feel exactly how I felt. You know? So I wrote him and I was like, well, I'm pregnant, because me being me, duh, what else could you write a nigga that would break his heart, you know? And that's exactly what I wrote. I was like, I'm pregnant, so this, that, and the third. I said some other shit, I don't remember. But, like, when I say he was pissed, he was vexed, he was livid, he was through, like, he was upset, like, to the max. Talking about, oh, why would you didn't say that before? I would have never broke up with you. Blah, blah, blah. But she wasn't saying all that shit before. So now, when roles are reversed and your feelings is hurt, like, I lied, I didn't cheat on you, I'm not dumb. Like, you're not about to say that and then reverse what you said to make me feel bad about myself, because we playing the guilt game here. No, I'm about to make you feel like shit. So I was like, I need to take it to another level, you know, because with me, that's not it. So he talking about he crying or whatever, his feelings is hurt or whatever, like, and at that point, did I give a fuck? No. So I was just like, all right, whatever. He hurting, stand the third, whatever. So what was I gonna do? Was I going to tell him that I was lying? No, the fuck. I wasn't going to tell him I was lying. Me, I'm Melissa. I drag shit until the end of time. I will drag shit. I'm going to drag it. Like, if you know me, I drag the shit out of shit. Like, you know? I kept that shit going for like 3 or 4 days, to be honest with you. For 2, 3, 4 days. Like, I kept that shit going. Because I'm petty. Because I'm petty as fuck. And me, I'm just over here fucking giggling, fucking laughing. And I told my friend, I was like, what should I do? She was like, just keep it going. And you cannot sit there and ask somebody, if you're a Gemini or whatever, you're not about to sit there and ask nobody what you should do. Because, and people, like, it's like people dare you to do shit, you're gonna do it. So, that's the type of individual I am. I did it, whatever. I dragged it, whatever. And then so one day, I told him to come to my house so that we could talk about it, whatever. He was like, alright, but if I come, I'm not going to your house. I don't want to hear none of that crying shit. Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, if I was crying, I wasn't real crying. I was fake crying. I was faking it. You gotta fake it until you make it. Because niggas ain't shit. You feel me? So, that was that. You know? So, he came, whatever. And I told him I lied, you know? But I low-key wanted to laugh and have a smile on my face. But I believe I was crying. I don't know if I was crying or not. But I believe I was crying and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But he was pissed. He was so mad. He was like, oh, Melissa, get the fuck in my face. I'm about to punch you in your face. I'm really about to hit you. Get the fuck away from me. Go upstairs. Like, why do I have to go upstairs? Why you just can't walk away from me? Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's that deep. Like, you should be happy I told you in the first place that I was joking. Like, you know? Since you the jokester, who's the joke on now? You. The fuck? That's how I felt. That's honestly just how I felt. And that was my logic behind doing shit. But that wasn't it. I had to take it to another level. You know? And he dipped, whatever. So I was like, what to do next? So I told him, I'm about to hurt myself if you don't come back. Because I'm petty. Like, let's just have it. I'm petty. Like, it don't get no worse than me. I probably do, but it's worse girls out there than me. I was just being petty. I was having fun. I wanted him to feel how I felt. That was my logic behind shit. And so he's like, why would you do that? You get me fucking pissed. Blah, blah, blah. All this other shit. So I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. Didn't give two shits of how he felt. Like, and that's how the story went. And that, I believe that was that. That was that. I think that was that. Yeah. I believe that was the whole story. But yeah. And I told the story just needless to say that. Do I technically feel like I regret what I did? No. Do I feel like I did the right thing in the sense? Yes, the fuck I did. Pat myself on the back because my process was to teach niggas a lesson. Like, you could be shit, but I could be just as shitty as you can. Like, you could do grimy shit, and I can one up you because niggas swear that they be having one up on girls and they the shit and I cheated and bragging about that shit like that shit is cute with snuffleupagus in the face ass bitches. Like, she that ugly, like, the fuck. So there was that. And do I feel like I could have went about it a different way? Of course I could have, but I'm not me if I'm not petty. So that was that. Could I? Do I feel like I was kind of sort of wrong? No, I didn't care. Do I feel like I regret what? It's snowing? Oh shit, it starts snowing out of nowhere, yo. But yeah, I didn't care. I don't feel like I did anything. Well, okay, I did do something wrong by doing that, but for me to regret what I did, no, I don't regret what I did. Only because I was teaching a lesson, you know? At least in my head, I was teaching somebody a lesson by hurting them because I want them to feel like how I felt. Is it right to do that? No, I do not condone anybody to do anything like that because I feel like I low-key hurt him. Low-key. I don't think I really hurt him, but don't do shit like that. It's not funny. I guess. It's not funny. I guess he was hurt but not hurt because it wasn't that. I don't think it was that deep. A lot of people think is probably deep. I'm probably gonna get backlash. Why would you do that? It's not funny. Blah blah blah. I thought it was funny. I thought that lessons needed to be taught. Type shit. So I did what I did, and I guess that's that. But don't do shit like that because it's not funny. I don't feel like I needed to say all of that stuff or whatever. I know there's really people out here. I don't mean to offend nobody. People out here who really kill themselves over guys and shit like that. But I'm not that type of individual. Like I said, she wasn't that cute anyway. So, and I still don't know what this bitch looked like to this day. Like, to be honest with you, like I don't know what she looked like. And yeah. A lot of people ask me if I came across her. Somebody asked me this. If I came across her, what would I do? I don't know what she looked like, to be honest with you. To this day, I don't know what she looked like. So, clearly she has something to hide if I've never seen this bitch before. You know? So, all I know, she looked like Mr. Snuffleupagus. No, stop. That's mean. I'll be nice. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. Don't do shit like that. It's not funny. It's not cool. Did I learn something? Kind of, sort of. Would I do it again? No. I'm too old for that now. I feel like I'm too old for that. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not funny. You really hurt people sometimes. So, yeah, that was the end of the story. I'm gonna need y'all to like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section down below. I have a question. So, is it okay for guys to be friends with their exes if they have a past, like a good past or whatever the case may be, or they feel like they can't stop talking to them? Or should you give the guy an ultimatum and make him choose between you or her type of situation? Like, should you just dead that whole thing between them or whatever the case may be? Comment that down below. I want to know if that's okay. Or like early signs in a relationship, like if you feel like a guy is talking to his ex-girlfriend or whatever the case may be, should he do that if he's in a relationship? Like, I need comments in the comment section down below. Give me thoughts and feedback on what you think about the situation, if you've been through stuff like that, and to answer those questions in the comment section down below. Again, I do not condone doing stuff like that. You can really hurt somebody by doing stuff like that. Me being young-minded and me being, you know, the type of individual that I am, I cook shit up in my head and I just go with what comes to mind. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say what comes to your mind. You shouldn't, if you really love the person, you shouldn't say what comes to mind, do what comes to mind type of situation. So yeah, I do have a giveaway coming pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Definitely gonna have to be subscribed and follow me on all my social medias for the giveaway. I'm trying to figure out like what to give. My main thing is gift cards, so I'll probably just give away gift cards, but I don't know how many people follow me. So at first I was gonna do like makeup, but then I'm like, I don't know, but I probably do like gift cards or whatever the case would be. So if you're interested in that, just subscribe now, keep watching, like, subscribe, share, comment down below, definitely, and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. My skin looks so nice, but later.
You gon' do like that? Why you gonna act like you don't know? No, baby, don't do like that. Girl, come feed me, don't be stingy. Why you gonna do like that?
Hello you guys, I'm back with another video. This time it's gonna be something different. I'm gonna be doing a story time in my bed. And ooh girl, this filter is a bomb. Snapchat live. Oh, hey, you guys. So, I'm back. My name is Melissa, for those of you who do not know me. And I am back with a get to know me